Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to go over my week 13 Supreme Arena defenses because, well, we have an interesting week this week in Supreme Arena. We have two maps that have a gimmick on them, and that gimmick is Dunlingr. So both maps have the same thing, and we're going to talk about some teams we can run on these maps, and then, yeah, I've got a few sets of teams to show you guys. So anyway, the gimmick for Dunlingr is basically all units on the battlefield get their energy recovery rates reduced by 60%, except for the rearmost hero. The rearmost hero is less affected, and their energy recovery rate is only reduced by 30%, and they also gain a shield every 7 seconds, equal to 25% of their max HP. So they're gonna have the rearmost hero has more survivability and can also gain energy quicker. So they're the ones that are generally gonna get their ultimates out before the other heroes do. Unless, you know, the hero starts with an ultimate like Niru. But anyway, when you're facing Dunlingers in regular PvP fights, like if you're up against a Dunlingr team, one of the best ways to counter him is by using a team that doesn't really rely on ultimates, which most of the time is a dot damage team. And so that's why in this case we're going to use a Bonnie, Niru, Siren team. So we've got the God Squad, and then we have Theodore and Callan along for the ride. And the reason we're using Theodore is because he's going to feed energy to Siren, and that's going to get him to an ultimate way faster than any of the other heroes are on their team. And we have Niru here, so if the enemy team decides to run a Lily May, the Niru is going to bait the Lily May out, the Lily May's ultimate block, and then Siren's going to be able to get his ultimate off, and we're going to activate Bonnie's dot damage. The Dark Moon will go up on the battlefield, reducing the enemy team's physical and magical defense by 55%, and it's just going to be a ton of damage that they're going to have to deal with. So this should be a really strong team and work really well on this map. Now, if you don't have Theodore, there's a few options you can do. You could just throw Citrana in here, and that will just add that much more dot damage to your team and put that much more pressure on the enemy team too. So this could be really good in place of Theodore. You just won't have the fast Siren ult, and you won't have the physical and magical defense reduction. Now, if you don't have a strong Citrana, you could also run Rowan in place of Theodore. So again, you won't have the physical and magical defense reduction, but you will have the energy feed from Rowan to Siren, and that's going to allow him to do his ultimate really quick. And the enemy team's just going to have a lot of damage to deal with from all Bonnie's dot damage spreading to everyone and killing the heroes. And yeah, this team should be pretty successful, especially with Callan protecting everyone. Yeah, it can work out really, really well. So that's the first team. Team 2 is going to be a twins team with Pandora, and we're going to utilize the Pandora-Tassie combination, and then the twins are going to be linked with Pandora, Aaron, and Lily May. And the reason we chose them is, well, if the enemy team decides to run Lily May against this team, Aaron's going to bait out the Lily May ultimate block, and then when Tassie comes out from the Pandora's box, she will get to do her ultimate without any worries of being blocked or shut down or anything like that. So you'll have some. I mean, if you guys saw my video where I was talking about, or I was, doing teams to counter Tassie Pandora, when Tassie comes out from Pandora's box, it's deadly. it's very, very strong. So yeah, if you can pull this combination off, you're going to have a lot of success against a lot of different teams, and this can work out really well. So yeah, that's going to be Team 2, and then Team 3 is just going to be a Shamira Graveborn team. So we've got Thorin connected to Igor, Ludovic, Damon, and then Shamira. And Ludovic and Shamira are on the Graveborn talent tiles, and this can be a very successful team, especially if for whatever reason they decided to run Lily May to try and block your Shamira's ultimate. Usually Thorin will take enough damage and gain enough energy that he'll try to do his ultimate before Shamira, and then that's going to bait the Lily May's ultimate block and allow your Shamira to be safe to do her ultimate. So yeah, that's going to be Team 3. Now, most of these sets of teams that I show you guys, pretty much Team 3 is going to remain the same. I just think this is just a solid team to run here. However, if you wanted to, you could run Aaron and Olmus instead of Thorn and Igor, and that will still give you really, really good results, especially on this team. Shamira, Damon, and Ludovic do really well on an Aaron Olmus team, so that could be another option for you if you want options. But yeah, that for the most part, most of the teams I'm showing are basically this Shamira Greyborn team for Team 3 on all the sets. But remember, you can use Aaron Olmus. So anyway, that's the first set of teams. Let me pull up the second set and we'll talk about those. All right, so the first team of our second set of teams is one that I've actually been falling in love with, and I really, really like when this team works out, because Faramore can just like almost instantly nuke down a full enemy team if they're all grouped up in one central location. So what we're doing here with this team is we're running Rowan, Thedor, Faramore, Olmus, and Aaron. And we've got Aaron to, pull everyone in, Olmus to root them down, and then we have Thedor feeding energy to Faramore, who starts with 300 energy. So the 350 energy from Faramore, or from Thedor, is going to put Faramore over 600 energy, which allows Rowan to feed his energy pot to Faramore, which will put him up to enough to do his ultimate. Now, the only thing is, I don't know if Dunlingr is going to affect the energy gain that heroes give to each other, or if it's only going to affect the energy gain that heroes get from taking damage and dealing damage. I'm not 100% on that, but even if it doesn't, even if Dunlingr does reduce the energy gain from Thedor and Rowan by a little bit, Faramore will still get to a relatively quick ultimate, and if the enemy team decides to run Lily May, Aaron can be the Lily May bait. And if they don't run Lily May, then it's just going to be that much more successful. So yeah, and like I said, if Aaron gets baited, or if Aaron gets blocked by the Lily May, Faramore is still going to be able to take out probably multiple heroes with his skill, with his ultimate, because as soon as he drops it, it covers like a 1-tile radius. And that means you can hit multiple heroes. So, and if he kills one of those heroes, it turns into a 2-tile radius, and then he's able to cover more ground and do that much more damage. So it can be a pretty strong team. And then Team 2, oh, whoops, I forgot. I need to change the artifact here. So this team would be running Guardian Spell, and Team 2 is going to have Core Forge Spell. So Team 2 is going to be one of the God Squad teams with Citrana and Callan on it. So we have Siren, Bonnie, Niru, Citrana, and Callan. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I've done many videos on teams that are just like this one, this team exactly, to be honest, and many variations of it. But yeah, this team is very successful, especially when it's got when it's up against a Dunlingr, or if you have what we have this week in Supreme Arena, where Dunlingr reduces the energy gain that all your heroes get. So yeah, the dot damage and the pressure from Citrana and Bonnie is going to be pretty extreme, and it's going to be hard for the enemy team to deal with. And then, like I said earlier, Team 3 is going to still be the same, except I have Lily May in here instead of Igor. So, maybe you can block a scary ultimate that the enemy team's doing, and she, Lily May can just do a lot of damage herself. So yeah, I replaced Igor with Lily May in this situation, and there's no specific reason. It's just Lily May's good and does a lot of damage, so it can work out really well having her on the team. And then we're using Dragon Roar spell. So yeah, that's the second set of teams. Let me pull up another set and I'll be right back. All right, so the first team of our third set of teams is going to be a Thedor Siren team, and we're going to be utilizing the Lightbearer talent tiles. And the rest of the team is going to be Rowan, Hugin, and Parissa. Now, I'm thinking I want to position Rowan over here, actually. And the reason for that is because what's going to happen here, or the idea of this team, is Thedor, once again, is going to feed energy to Siren, getting him to a pretty quick ultimate. That's going to group everyone up. And then Parissa is a hero that loves when enemy heroes are grouped up and really close together, because her attacks, they go through the enemies and they hit multiple enemies, and every time she hits an enemy, it feeds her energy. So she's a hero that in this situation on a map like this with Dunlingr here, she's going to gain energy much faster faster than any other normal hero will because of how much energy she gains from doing her attacks. So she's going to get to an ultimate quicker than most other heroes, and if Siren's got them all grouped up, she gets to that ultimate, she's going to be doing tons of damage. I mean, she can blow up multiple heroes, if not the whole team, with just one ultimate, if the situation's right. And then we have Hugin buffing her up, and the reason we're running Hugin and Rowan is because Rowan's going to feed Hugin an energy potion, and that should bait out any Lily May that is the enemy team might be using, allowing your Siren to still group all the enemy heroes, and then Parissa to blow them up like I was just talking about. So that's going to be the first team in this third set of teams, and then Team 2 is going to be a Citrana, Bonnie, Niru, Callan, Tassie team. And we're basically utilizing the dot damage with Citrana and Bonnie, and then we have Tassie in here to prolong the fight and allow the dot damage to just tick down and kill any stragglers that might have survived while Tassie's doing her revives and all her skills and all the good stuff that she does. So yeah, this team could be another really good one for you guys to run if you need a different type of dot damage team, or you're using Siren somewhere else like I am, So yeah, that's Team 2, and then Team 3 is still the Shamira Greyborn team that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, not much change there. But anyway, those are the 3 team sets that I have for you guys this week. Hopefully you guys can find something usable out of this, or at least it gave you an idea for your own teams, that kind of thing. So anyway, loot bar link down below in the description, also my Discord links down there, and if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy. I play games with y'all.